What's going on, guys? Seancutshair back with another video. Today's video is going to be a 3 on top mid bald fade on some very difficult coarse Hispanic hair. I hope this video is super helpful for you guys. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, we're going to start this thing off with a number 3 closed on a Gamma Ergo. I'm going to go every different direction all over the top of the head to make sure that it's cut down nice and even. You guys can see he has some cowlick areas in the front that want to go different directions. So it's very important that we take the clipper in all different directions all over the head until we got it cut down nice and even. Now we're going to come in with a number 2 all the way closed, and we want to connect the sides to the top. So I'm flicking into the top, not leaving a guideline. Basically, we're going to cut the whole side down to a 2, get our panel ready to come in and do our bald fade, and it will already be connected to the top, so we won't have to touch any of that later on. Now we're going to go ahead and start our bald guideline. Guys, my Slimlines recently bit the dust. So this is the DLC blade from the Petticuts trimmer on my old black Custom FX. It's a little bit not as sharp. Basically, I did not zero gap it, just adjusted it. So it's not as sharp as my other skeleton. We'll go ahead and do our bald guideline. Then we'll bald out all the hair underneath, come in with the shaver, get it down to skin, and then we can move on to the fade. Now here's a little gem for you guys. Basically right now the mirror is directly across from me, and when I want to make sure that my guidelines match, I can stand on that side, I can see the side that I've already done in the mirror, and of course the other side of the head is right in front of me, and I can make sure that those match on each side. So I can see where the line started within his C cup, how far above the ear it goes, and I can follow that line around, and then you'll see at the end of this part, I'll stand behind him and I can see both lines on both sides. I can connect them around the back, and I know that my guidelines are nice and clean. Now we're going to go ahead and use our shaver to get it down to skin. Guys, this texture of hair is super difficult to get all the way bald, and you're definitely going to see a bald guideline here. So I'm basically going to make a guideline, get everything underneath it down to skin, and then I'll come in with my Gamma Uno shaver actually, that is a single foil, and we'll take that last line out. Now for our next step, we will do our open section. That means the clipper lever all the way open will go about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, making a nice clean guideline from front to back, following the same exact shape as our bald guideline. Once we have that established, we can start to work that line out from the bottom. Now I'm going to come in with my clipper all the way closed, and we're going to start to bump that line out. Basically, guys, wherever we are at within the section will tell us how open or closed our clipper needs to be. So at the bottom of the section, it should be closed. Now we went up a little bit further, so I'm going to open it up a little bit, and the further up we go, the more we're going to open it up. Now you guys can see that clipper didn't take that bald guideline out all the way, so I went back to the trimmer that I put it in with, and I'm going to work on the rest of these little dark spots. between the bald line. Then we're in the middle of the section, so our next step will be the clipper halfway open, and we'll continue to work our way up towards the top, opening the lever as we go until we get this section blended. Now if you guys look close, we can see a little bit of dark lines between the shaver and the trimmer, so I'm coming in with my sharper trimmer again. This is the Patty Cut Skeleton, and we're just going to work on some of those dark spots. Like I said in the beginning, this texture of hair, the open section and the shaver part is the hardest part, and it's really going to show those dark spots. So next up, guys, we're taking a 1 guard all the way open, and we're flicking up into the top that we started with, trying not to leave a guideline. All that we should have left is the line above the open section, as you guys can see, and then we can come in and start to work that line out after this. Now I noticed I put a little bit of a line in with my open 1, so I'm just going to go to my next guard up, which is a 1.5 guard halfway open, and I'm just going to make sure that I have the open 1 connected to the 2 that we started with. So we're just going to make sure that's connected, then we can go back to the line between the open section and the 1. Now we're going to start to attack this bottom line that's left. I'm using the 1 guard closed, and we're going to flick up into the 1 open that we just did. The 1 guard closed is not going to take this line all the way out, so I am going to leave myself room to come in underneath the 1 closed with the half guard, and that will polish out the rest of this. So you guys can see it's coming together. We do still have a little bit of some dark spots down where that 0 or half guard is going to come, or where the open section ended. So we'll come in immediately after this with our half guard. We'll start with that halfway open and start to take out that last hint of a line. Now if this is your first time watching my channel, guys, I like to call the half guard the magic eraser, and this is why, guys, there's just a little hint of a line left. We're just going to rub this guard through. We're not really going to notice it cutting a bunch of hair, but you guys will see it will lighten up that spot in between the open section and the 1, and even if we need to, guys, we can close it up like I have right now and go a little bit lower and just really polish out that last little gray area in the middle. Now I'm going to go back to my open clipper and continue to work my way down, polishing out this very bottom part of the fade. And sometimes, guys, that is not necessary. On this texture of hair, I feel like I still see some dark spots. So I'm just going to go back to the open clipper, and then we can close it up as needed to polish out the rest of this. Alright, moving on to the other side, we're going to do the same steps, guys, but we're actually going to fade down on this side. So I'm not going to speed it up, I want to walk through it with you guys. We're basically going to work through our same guards that we just did on the other side, but instead of starting at the bottom and working our way up, we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So right now, we have a 1.5 and we're connecting to the top. Immediately after that, we'll come into the 1.5 with a 1 guard all the way open. And you guys are trying not to leave a guideline, you're trying to cut down the section you're going through up into the 1.5 above it, and then we'll continue to work our way down. Now we have the 1 guard all the way closed, and again we're just going to flick up into the 1 open, so we don't want to see a guideline. We just want to continue to work our way down from the 1.5 to the 1 open to the 1 closed, and next up we'll come in with the half guard halfway open. Now our next step will be the clipper with the lever all the way open, guys. This is the Ergo with the fusion blade. So it kind of has a gap from the open clipper to the half guard. So I think I actually do put a little bit of a line in here, and we can come back and touch that up as we need. But we'll do the lever all the way open, come in underneath right now with the lever halfway open. And there you go, guys. There you can see the little line that I started. So again, we're just gonna have to play with the lever and work that stuff out. We'll work our way all the way down to the clipper closed at the bottom until we're happy with the section. Then we can polish it up as needed, just the same as we did on the other side. But you guys saw how much faster and easier that just went. So like I said, we are coming in right now back with the half guard to touch up that line that I started, and now we can attack the bottom line. Now here's another gem for you guys. I want to hairspray the front hairline so it's nice and crispy and held in place when I go to line it up. And I know I still have to cut the back of the head, so I will go ahead and spray it with hairspray, brush all the hair down, and then I'm going to cut the back of the head. That's going to give it ample time for it to dry before I come in and do the lineup. So now guys, we're going to do the back of the head same exact way as we did before. We're going to fade down, I'm going to speed it up, and we'll get together on the lineup. Alright, so moving on to the lineup, we're focused on just getting this front hairline straight across. So we're going to start in the middle, then we'll work our way towards each corner. You guys can see not only are the corners a little bit lighter, but he has a cowlick in the middle that wants to go towards his right side. So we're just going to have to work with that, guys. And he does have a little bit fuller there on that corner that I'm taking off right now. So little by little, we'll just work that hairline straight across until we're happy with the hairline. Then we can work the vertical bars in each corner. Once I get to the corner, basically, I'm going to turn my trimmer, and at a 90 degree, I'm going to come down and get the vertical bars sharp. And then he does have enough stubble left. We will line up the C-cup here. So we're just going to get a nice sharp C-cup. Then we can come in, we'll do a little bit of enhancements and some razor work. You guys can check out the end result. Alright guys, so if you saw the thumbnail, I've been waiting to drop this enhancement card, guys. They are finished in production and should be on the way to the States soon. But guys, this is the new version 2 of the enhancement card. If you pay close attention, it does have a ruler on the inside 90. That's going to help you guys measure the vertical bars and make sure that each side matches down to the C-cup. If you guys aren't aware, this is my enhancement card. I had version 1 out for about 1.5 years now, but guys, it has all the angles. It's going to give you the straight across. It's going to help you get the bottom of the corner of the vertical bar where it meets the C-cup, and then you can turn the curve and put it into the C-cup and get a nice perfect circle every time. And of course, we're using the 245 no drip. This is the Onyx Black and the Beam Team XL compressor. Now I have him laid back. We're gonna go ahead and do some razor work. This is the 245 triple cartridge razor with the fully exposed cartridge. And guys, I'm using Astra razor blades. So we're just gonna stretch the skin. You see I'm using my thumb to stretch the skin away from where I'm using the razor. We're just gonna butt the razor up to the line that we already created. It's gonna make it nice and sharp, and you guys can see the finished product will be nice and crispy. When you guys get to the C-cup, you can stretch the skin since obviously we have a curve to deal with. When you stretch the skin, you can make it almost straight. That will help you use that flat razor to get the line sharp, and then when you let go, you'll see it will pop back to that curved shape. So watch for that right here. Alright guys, so there's my man Jeremy before. If you've seen him on the channel before, he actually had long hair. He came into one of my other guys and chopped it all off. This is the first time that I've got to cut it like this. And there's a finished product, guys. It's a number 3 on top with a mid fade on the sides. We use 245 no drip color enhancement with my new Clutch enhancement cards, version 2, guys. They should be out soon. Trust me, I'm ready to get them out. But you guys see, we got my man extra crispy. If you guys like the video, make sure you smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your bell notifications so you guys don't miss any content from me. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.